Every empire has its pillars. Rome had the Caesars, the NBA had Jordan and LeBron, figures who didn't just play the game, they defined the era. But for YouTube, a platform that now dictates global culture, the pillars weren't corporate executives in suits, they were kids in their bedrooms with $50 webcams. But before we talk about the legends, we have to talk about the mistake. You see, in 2005, YouTube wasn't meant to be the world's library. It was meant to be a dating site. The founders launched it on Valentine's Day with the slogan, "Tune in, hook up." They thought people would upload videos of themselves to find love. But there was one problem, nobody used it. It was such a disaster that the founders actually went on Craigslist offering to pay women $20 just to upload any video. Still, nothing. It was only when they gave up on the dating idea and let people upload whatever they wanted, starting with a 19-second clip of a guy at a zoo, that the platform finally took flight. That failure opened the door for a new kind of icon. Once the dating site died, the creator was born. And over the next 20 years, a handful of men would step onto that empty stage and carry the entire weight of the internet on their shoulders.
Sometimes the hardest part about being a YouTuber is not knowing what to upload.
In 2006, the internet was a different world. There was no monetization. No brand deals. No career path. You did it for the subs, the favorites, and the bragging rights on the school playground. The first titans to carry the platform were Smosh. Ian Heckox and Anthony Padilla were just two kids in a room in Sacramento, California, lip-syncing to the Pokemon theme song. By today's standards, the video was simple, but back then, it was a revolution. It became the most viewed video on the entire site. But Smosh didn't just have one hit, they did something revolutionary for 2006, they created a schedule. They proved that if you were funny and consistent, people would treat your channel like a TV station. They gave people a reason to check YouTube every single week. For years, Smosh was the face of the site, holding the #1 spot 3 different times and defining the skit comedy genre that would dominate for the next decade. If you were on YouTube in 2007, Smosh wasn't just a channel, it was the culture. But while Smosh was the heart of early YouTube, Ryan Higa, known to most as Nigga Higa, was the brain. At a time when most people were just pointing a camera and hitting record, Ryan was thinking about pacing. He introduced a level of editing, fast cuts, and skit structures that simply didn't exist on the platform yet. His How to Be Ninjas or How to Be Gangster videos weren't just viral hits, they were cultural moments that every kid in middle school was quoting the next day. He was the first creator to hit 2 million, then 3 million subscribers, proving that YouTube had a ceiling much higher than anyone realized. And we can't talk about this foundation without the man who turned YouTube into a nightly habit, Ray William Johnson. Before TikTok or Instagram Reels, there was =3. Ray was the first content creator to act as a curator for the rest of the web. He didn't just make videos, he reviewed the internet. He carried the daily viewership of the entire site, pulling in millions of views every single night, numbers that were unheard of in 2010. If Ray featured your clip in one of his episodes, your life changed overnight. You went from an unknown uploader to an internet celebrity in 24 hours. These men didn't just upload content, they built the foundation. They showed Google that this failed dating site wasn't just a hobby, it was a goldmine.
This straight, this is deodorant for your ass crack, your cleavage, your vag, or your testicles. And it's endorsed by a guy who may or may not be David Hasselhoff. And why in the hell is this guy sniffing this other guy's ass? What did he expect it to smell like?
As we moved into 2012, the skit era began to fade. The shiny, edited productions of Smosh were being replaced by something more raw, more personal, and much louder. A new giant emerged from Sweden, PewDiePie. If there is one person who has carried a YouTube longer than anyone else, it's Felix Kjellberg. He didn't have a crew, a fancy camera, or a script. In the beginning, he just had a webcam, a cheap headset, and a terrifying game called Amnesia. But Felix did something no one else had done, he made the viewer feel like they were sitting right next to him. He turned YouTube into a community, calling his fans the Bro Army. For the first time, being a YouTuber wasn't just about watching a video, it was about being part of a movement. Felix carried the platform through its most awkward teenage years, through the apocalypse, and even through the massive battle against T-Series. For nearly a decade, he was the undisputed king, proving that a guy in a chair could outrun a billion-dollar corporation. But while Felix was dominating the gaming world, another man was completely changing the visual DNA of the site, Casey Neistat. Before Casey, vlogging was mostly just people talking to a shaky camera in their bedroom, usually with bad lighting and worse audio. Casey changed the game. He brought drone shots, cinematic time-lapses, and story-first filmmaking to the daily grind. He didn't just show you his life, he made his life look like a movie. He carried the creative side of YouTube, inspiring an entire generation of filmmakers to pick up a camera and realize that their city, their office, or even their morning commute was a story worth telling. If you see a vlogger today using a GorillaPod or a custom transition, they're using the language Casey Neistat invented. And we have to give credit to the groups that carried the social side of the site. The Sidemen in the UK and Vanos Gaming in the US. These weren't just individuals, they were brotherhoods. They proved that friendship and chemistry were just as valuable as a high production budget. They turned gaming into a comedy show, making us feel like we were just another friend in the voice chat. They carried the site by making it feel like a home.
The Sidemen channel.
Hey guys, and welcome to the Sidemen channel.
Yo guys, and welcome to the Sidemen channel.
This is our official channel we have created
So we can live stream our charity football match
On YouTube live.
By 2019, the game changed forever. The bedroom vlog wasn't enough anymore. Authenticity was still important, but spectacle became the new currency. And there is only one name that defines this shift: MrBeast. Jimmy Donaldson didn't just carry YouTube, he broke the algorithm and rebuilt it in his own image. He turned every upload into a global event. Whether it was giving away $1 million, recreating Squid Game in real life, or building 100 wells in Africa, MrBeast became the engine that drives the site today. He proved that if you invest every penny back into the viewer's experience, you can build an empire. He raised the bar so high that carrying the platform now requires a production budget that rivals Hollywood. He turned YouTube from a video site into a philanthropic powerhouse. But it's not just about the money or the explosions. While some were chasing clicks, Mark Rober stepped up to carry the education torch. In a world full of brain-rot content and low-effort pranks, Rober made science and engineering the coolest things on the internet. His Glitter Bomb series didn't just get views, it became a yearly tradition that millions of families watched together. He proved that you can be the biggest creator on earth while still being the smartest guy in the room. And now, as we sit in 2025, the torch is being shared by a new guard. We've seen the rise of YouTube Shorts, where creators are gaining 100 million subscribers in record time. We've seen the arrival of global icons like Cristiano Ronaldo, who shattered every subscriber record in existence in a single day. But even as the celebrities move in, the heavy lifting is still done by the individuals, the ones who understand that the audience doesn't just want to be entertained, they want to connect. From a webcam in Sweden to a stadium-sized studio in North Carolina, the carry continues. So, what does it mean to carry YouTube? It's more than just a subscriber count. It means being the person the world searches for when they're bored, lonely, or just looking for a reason to laugh. It's the rare ability to stay relevant while the entire world changes around you. From Smosh's bedroom in 2006, to PewDiePie setup in 2013, to MrBeast's $100 million studios today, the faces change, the cameras get better, and the budgets get bigger. But the spirit remains identical. YouTube is, and always will be, a platform built by creators, for creators. These men didn't just upload videos, they defined our childhoods, our teen years, and the very way we consume media today. The real question isn't who carried YouTube in the past. It's who is going to carry it for the next 10 years. If you've been here since the 480p days, you've seen this empire rise from nothing. I want to know, who was the one creator that made you fall in love with this site? Drop their name in the comments, let's see who the real GOAT is. And if you want to see how this failed dating app I mentioned earlier actually looked in 2005, click this video right here. I'll see you in the next one.